Yes, sir. What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to Tough Talk. It's your boy Pat, and we are officially into week 14. It is December 6th, about 11 o'clock here where I am. I am a little late on the episode. I was trying to get them done on Tuesdays, but I did have some construction happening here at the house, so there was a lot of noise, a lot of jackhammering happening in the basement. So it's a little delayed, but we're here. Better late than never, right? So let's get right into it. It's going to be a short pod today. Not much to discuss, considering we're already into the week 14, and I'd like to review 13. So yeah, let's get it. As far as NFL news, just as we predicted, Danny Dimes to the Vikings. I mean, I think Stu said this. It doesn't really matter for us in fantasy. He's not going to hurt or help anyone. It just means Sam Darnold is on a short leash. I think he should keep that role for the rest of the year. But if Sam Darnold does what he has done the last couple of years, we might see Danny Dimes. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. I don't think Justin Jefferson will approve. So we'll see how that goes there for Danny Dimes and Sam Darnold. Outside of that, a little pat on the back for calling that Steelers game last week. Russ and the Steelers, man, they're cooking. They are cooking, and what I tell you guys about the Bengals, they do great. They show out. You know, Stu's loving that Joe Burrow and Chase and T. Higgins are all getting all these points and putting up huge numbers and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, for the NFL, the Bengals they can't get that W. Don't know what it is. I kind of feel bad for them, but at the same time I don't. Because they're not my team, so I don't care. That team might look different next year. It's just going to be Joe and Chase, because I believe T. Higgins walks, so that'll be fun to see what they do there. Quick shout out to the TUFF scheduler. I think that the scheduling team there has done a great job. They've been putting up some good matchups here, and to end the season, like one of you guys said in the chat, just pure division games at the end of the year. It's going to be fun. A couple of them have some big implications. We'll get into that later on, but just want to give a quick shout out to that commissioner there, the Stefan. Thanks for making it interesting here at the end, and it's going to be a lot of fun for us that are in it and trying to see what comes out of this last week. Excuse me. All right. For the subject of Slack, there was and the TUFF Cast. Welcome back, Mike. Glad you're back. I'm glad you're doing the TUFF Cast again. It was nice to hear from the commissioner here at the end of the year. He did mention some rule changes next year that he's trying to implement, and how it can affect us moving forward. He already mentioned the PPT tag. That was earlier in the year, before the season started. We know that one was coming. Somehow, some way, he's going to make it to where a player that's tagged under the preferred player tag can't be traded. Not sure how he's going to go about it. Best way I see it is he can't be traded immediately. I'd say somewhere down the road, week 6-ish, 7, right in the middle of the year, the player can feel like he wants to change of pace, like he doesn't want to be on the team anymore. Then that makes a little more sense for me, that the player now who agreed to a hometown discount isn't seeing eye to eye with the team anymore, and now he wants to be traded. That makes sense to me. Other than that, I really don't know how you can prevent it from happening. I don't think you can I don't know what else you can change for the PPT. I think that they take a discount and then they're just locked on your team for the remainder of the year. I don't know how fair that is to anyone, the team or the player, right? If we're trying to be a copycat to the league. I think they have somewhat of like a 6 to 7, maybe 8-week no trade clause or something, right? That's as close as we can get to the league, I think. But I'm going to be very interested to see how Commissioner comes up with that rule. He did mention another one that was the trading of the salaries, and that he's going to put a limit to that, a maximum that you're allowed to keep, or the other party's allowed to keep when they're trading a player. So, that rule was new this year, where you can trade a player, and obviously for some form of compensation, you keep some of their salary, and then you get a little better deal, whatever. Or if you notice that someone's in a cap space hell, you can just keep it, and they'll just give you a first, a second, or whatever it is. So now there's going to be a cap to it, 50, 60%. I don't know what he mentioned in the TUFF cast, but it is coming, and I think that's good. Obviously, I did do some of that with Max Crosby. Omaha Tribe did end up keeping the majority, about 99% of Max Crosby's contract, so I can make that trade. And other teams have done that multiple times. And I mean, it is what it is. It's the rule. You can do it. You're allowed to do it. But now there is going to be a cap, and I think that's the best way to do this, because trades are tricky. How are they ever fair? Stefan has said this, where a trade in the moment, it creates a big uproar, and then by the end of the season, the person that you thought was losing the trade ends up winning the trade because whatever, any given Sunday happens, right? So it's tricky on how all this money moves around, but to put a cap on it, like Mike said, it follows the rest of the league, where there's caps on everything, and I agree with it. I think it's going to be good for the league, so hopefully he gets that going towards the end of the offseason and provides us some clarity on that. All right, let's get real quick to the matchup review for last week. Told you guys there was some really good matchups. Let's see. What I have here is the Metro Division, and the number 1 seed is locked up to your boy. I am the number 1 seed. LA has secured it. There is no mathematical way for anyone to catch me anymore, considering there's only 1 week left of regular season. So I'm glad about that. I'm happy. And I'm happy, honestly, that I have a loss, because going undefeated is terrifying. And just like Kamish in TUFF 50 a couple years back, get bounced in the second round. I mean, it can happen now, but it's going to feel a little better that I already had a loss, and it's not going to be my first loss getting bounced out. Hopefully I make it all the way and I win, but yes, nobody can catch me mathematically. I am the number 1 seed. I will have the home field advantage points, so that's good news. In the West Division, San Diego is 1 game back from Portland, and it's getting dicey there. He did end up pulling out the victory last week, like I mentioned, and he's trying to catch up to Portland here. He did bring that up in the chat back on Tuesday. He has the tiebreaker over Portland, and I mean, he is favored right now by 49 points. It's not much here in MFL. Their rankings and projections are all over the place, but it's something. And considering that Siri did confirm Baltimore is on bye, Portland is going to be a little shorthanded. But again, that's probably one to watch for this week. We'll get to that down the road. San Diego in the West. He's trying to catch up. And then his counterpart in that same division, congrats to Chris in Las Vegas. Despite Kirk Cousins' negative 24 points, he was able to secure the last playoff spot and the last wild card. We don't know if he's going to be the number 8 seed as of now. A lot has to happen with points and scoring, but he has secured it, and he is going to be the last member to join as far as the playoffs go. Now, in the Central Division, we're gridlocked. We got New Orleans and Minneapolis. They're both 8-8. So basically, win and you're in. Good luck to both of you gentlemen. 8-8. It's gonna be very telling to see who makes it. You know, how down the road, like right middle of Sunday, we'll be able to kind of gauge who's gonna be the winner there. Again, Ryan and his IDP, I always thought was one of the stronger IDPs. He has a lot of good guys there that have been, you know, just lights out. And then, of course, Bill in New Orleans. We know the monsters that he has at running back. Jared Goff has been amazing for him this year. And despite, you know, not really having too many great receivers, he's doing well, man. IDP must be carrying him as well. I might have not looked too deep into his IDP, but you know, he's doing well. So that's one to watch there. And then for the upsets of the week, you know what? Surprisingly, Minneapolis, he almost beat San Diego, and that would have been a huge upset and a huge loss for San Diego. But nonetheless, San Diego made it through. He's fine. He's good to go. And another one was New Orleans. I'm sorry, San Francisco almost upsetting New Orleans by the hair of his chinny chin chin. Did Bill make that one? And like how he says it, by 1 point. Actually, he won 232.4 to Ben's 231.2. So about 1.2 points, and he squeaked out a victory there to keep him tied with Ryan. So huge implications there. I mean, it wasn't an upset, but it could have been, and that would have been huge for that Central Division. All right, and let's see. For the East Division, really quick, back there with those guys. Tampa Bay, Mike, you are officially out. I don't think you can catch these guys. If my math was correct, let me double check. Right here, yeah, no, you won't be able to catch either one of them. They'll have, whoever wins, they'll have 8 wins. You'll have 7 if you win. So you are officially out, buddy. You will have to be going for the 117 again, and who knows, you might get it. It's gonna be. I haven't followed too much about rookies, especially since I don't have any picks. But I mean, you'll have another chance. Maybe Roman Wilson is gonna be the guy. If not, you'll have another chance at the 117 and the other first that you have, which I don't know that you do. Let me see. Tampa. You don't have any this year. You have 2 next year, thanks to Alex. But this year coming up, don't have any. So good luck there, Mike. And let's see. Indianapolis and Pittsburgh. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be John and Pittsburgh that's going to make it through. They're already 8-8. Indianapolis he's 7-9. He would have to win this week, beat Pittsburgh, and I believe the tiebreaker is on points. So he would have to outscore Pittsburgh by about 300 points. Is it possible? Of course. Is it probable? I do not think so. So I think John is going to be the division leader there, coming out of the East Division. And Indianapolis, man, you gave it your best shot. You made a lot of great trades this year. You know, there was a lot of the Mike Evans thing, you know, bidding on him, getting Nick Chubb, you know, trading for Sam Darnold. You traded for Anthony Richardson as well. I mean, there was a lot that you've done this year, and Debo, and you know, it just fell short. And you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. You just have a couple L's, drink a little too much in Vegas, make some trades, and now you're going to be in the 117 as well. So good luck to you there, buddy. John, good luck to you. And let's move forward. Let's see the matchup preview. Like I mentioned, this week, the biggest one, in my opinion. I'm lying to you. No. The second biggest one, New Orleans versus Minneapolis. Let's go, boys. Win and you're in. Let's see who makes it, who wants it more. Obviously, you guys aren't on the field, but set your good lineups and good luck, man. So far, Jared Goff has helped Bill here already, and let's see. What's the score there already? Is there a score? I don't know. Alright, let's see. The next one. Pittsburgh versus Indy. I already gave my thoughts there. I'm not sure if Indy can catch Pitt, so that's not really too big of a matchup here. And then let's see, San Diego versus Portland. That's the matchup of the week. Who's going to win? Can Portland hold off Alex? Can Alex come back and take that, the division lead there and throw Portland into the wild card? We will see. Good luck to both of you gentlemen. And that's about it. So for sports this week, I don't have much. The NBA Cup is underway. The knockoff rounds are underway. And, it is what it is. The Bills keep rolling. They're going to LA this week. And we'll see how they do against Matt Stafford. I know Portland is definitely going to want Matt Stafford to go off and use Cooper Kupp and Puka there. So hopefully that's a shootout. It should be fun. What's another one? For the NFC, the West Division's looking crazy. Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams. They're all within a game of each other, and another division that looks like the Metropolitans, like Mike said. It's gonna be fun to close out the year here. I believe there's like 3 division games between them, and no, 4. I'm sorry. Seahawks and Rams, Cardinals, Rams. No, I don't know, but it's gonna be fun. The Rams have to win. They can't get in as a wild card because the Vikings and the Packers hold that, along with the Commanders, which is a huge surprise for everyone, obviously. So Rams have to win the division if they want to get into the playoffs. So there's that. As far as bets go, I didn't look this week, guys. Sorry, I did fall short on time. But I know there is a team out there that has a plus with a huge number out behind it, and I will take them, just like the Raiders last week. Let me double check really fast to see what's there. Should have been more prepared, but I do apologize for that. So let's see. The Browns plus 6.5 against the Steelers. I don't know. Panthers versus the Eagles plus 13.5. Nope, not taking that one. That's a trap. I will say Seahawks plus 2.5 against the Cardinals. That's the one right there, fellas. Lock it in. Put some money in there. This is not gambling advice. I apologize if you lose. Cool. So yeah, that's it. Kamish, hopefully you're listening. Thanks for listening, everybody else. If you're liking the pod, let me know. If not, let me know how I can improve so I can get more of your guys' attention. And yeah, that's it. Stay tough, y'all.